Peace. This is Flo Rogan, and this is the Art of Rhyming, episode 62. Just because you rhyme doesn't make you an artist. You know how we do. And tonight we got two very special guests, returning guests. We got Pro Dillinger, NY's grimiest. That's all I'm going to say. You know what's up. And Futurewave, the man, the myth, the legend. They're here with Dirtwave 3. Without further ado, we're going to get them on the live. Just waiting for Pro, man. Thank you for joining. Ralphie. Let me see. Peace, Futurewave. How are you, man?
What's goody, brother? What you saying?
Not much, bro. I got the week off and perfect timing to do this interview. So,
No
yeah.
doubt.
How about you? How's life, man? How are things?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, bro. Just doing the do, man, doing the family thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I,
brother.
I hear
What's
you, bro.
poppin', man? How's everything on your side? Everything good?
Good, man. Summer was super quick, man. It feels like the quickest summer ever, to be honest. I don't know how
Yeah.
I felt that on your side, but
Bro, the heat waves this year were crazy.
oh
The
yeah,
heat, oh my God, the temperature was, but you know what? Honestly, I was grinding a lot this summer. I didn't really get to enjoy it as much,
yeah.
you know?
But
Yeah.
did it go quickly though? Like too quickly? Like way too quickly?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it went by fast, but I didn't really get to enjoy it as much
Got
just
it.
because like just producing and mixing and
Yeah.
mastering. I was just I've been locked up here like a hermit,
Right, right,
packaging
right.
vinyl and
Right, right, right.
brother, I've been killing it, bro. Pro, what's poppin', fam?
What's
Peace,
up, my brother?
Pro. Thank you for
What's
joining,
poppin'?
man. How are you
Thank you
guys?
for having us, bro.
No, it's an honor, bro. Both of you on the show, same time. It's an honor, man.
Yeah,
Hell
So,
yeah.
so look, I don't feel like giving long-winded intros because I've done so many. So I'm just gonna keep it short. We got Futurewave and Pro Dillinger here, as grimy of an MC and producer combo as it gets. That's if you don't know. So essentially, we got Toronto and New York royalty in the building, underground royalty. And if you want the life story, go back and peep my other three stories, three interviews with Pro Dillinger and my mega interview with Futurewave a couple months ago. And they just dropped their third installment of Dirtwave, and we're gonna get into it, man. So, you guys dropped the vinyl on Friday, right? And when does it hit streamers?
Friday, this Friday.
This Friday. Nice,
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. Thursday, you know what I mean? Midnight Friday, yeah.
So we'll get into like the making of the album and all that stuff, but just high level, how's the reception been? I think the vinyl sold out in almost a day. What was it? If I was
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
that
about
properly.
like a 24 hour, it was like a 24-hour run, maybe a little more.
Wow.
The reception's been great, bro. I mean, people are loving the singles. It's doing great, bro.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I didn't expect anything less, bro. I mean, when Pro just sent me those joints, I remember when I first heard Scarface and Ain't No Killer, that's what really set the tone for me for the album, bro. I was like,
Right.
yeah, this we gotta do an album, bro. Like
Yeah, man.
I was so impressed. Like this guy fucking bro went off on those joints, bro. The beats are great, but the way he approached it was pretty unique to what's popping today, bro. And I loved it. I
Right.
loved it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
agree, son. And I feel like too, your the style of production, that bag that you was in, we talked about this earlier, bro. It put me in a different mind space, you know what I mean? Um, to where it's like I almost didn't really have to write the records. They would act, it was easy for me to write them, you know what I mean? Because the bag that you was in, the soundscape, that shit really had me, it had me in a different bag as a writer, you know what I mean? So I ain't really have to do much for real.
did,
Mm.
did did you guys know Dirtwave 3 was coming, or sort of something sparked it, like the first tune that you guys made off of it sparked it, or you knew was coming anyways?
Yeah, but I think not, I didn't think it was gonna happen so fast. I think at the so when we started cooking, it was supposed to be for an EP.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just wanted to just cook a few extra joints and do something special with that. And but like I said, man, when this guy sent when he sent like Ain't No Killer and Scarface and I think we had Ain't No Killer, Scarface, the joint with Daniel Son and
Yeah.
Dirt, the song called Dirt Music. And I'm like, bro, like this is some of the best shit that we ever made, bro. So like, yeah, this we
I
need this needs to be an album.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's like the first two. I went back and played both of them. I feel like they have like all these bangers that stand alone, but this one sets a mood. It's like the backdrop for a movie, man. It's really
Mm.
dark and moody to me,
You
anyway.
heard it? You heard it?
I did hear it,
Yeah?
man.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
man,
dope,
fire,
man.
You know,
bro.
Dope, dope,
I had
dope.
to send bro an advance copy before the
For
interview,
sure,
you
for
know.
sure.
Shit,
I
well,
But
like the
right,
surprise, bro. I
I
like the
I
surprise, you know what I mean?
I should have kept it on the wraps, but bad, my
No, no,
bad.
no. That's all good. It's all love, bro. Yo, people, I want people at the end of the day, people need to hear the music, bro. You know what I
but
Yeah,
you
mean?
know
man.
what too? You know what too, bro, is that when me and bro make shit, you know, we have like a circle of people that we send the music to before prior, so that you know
Mm.
to get feedback, you know, maybe you know suggestions on the sequencing and shit like that. So we have
Oh
Right.
like
yeah,
a few trusted people, you know, and like good people that we send the music out to early, you know, and I felt
yeah,
like it was appropriate for you to hear the project before it dropped, knowing that we was
definitely.
gonna lock in on the interview. So
Yeah, well,
I'm glad
yeah,
that
man.
you heard it
Well, it's an honor
That
that you guys even put me anywhere near that circle, man. I appreciate it. So,
for
for sure.
sure. I got my guy. I send it to like Finn, Daniel's son. I got my guys that send the music to Sibs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah,
yeah,
the home
man.
team guys for sure.
Right, right. So, look, I want to get further into it, but before we do that, I just want to catch up with you guys, recent events, current events type shit. So, Pro, last time we spoke, man, I was in the Bronx for Cam's album listing party. You and
was
Snidey were there. I think it was like June. That was dope.
yeah,
Finally, to see you in person, man.
facts, bro. We
Um,
had a good time.
yeah, man. Well, how's the summer been for you since then, man? Because it was just before the summer started, man.
It's like how Futurewave was saying, bro. I haven't really had a chance to enjoy summer. I kind of just been putting my all my ducks in a row and getting things situated for the next couple of months.
Yeah,
And really focusing my energy on this Dirtwave 3. We put a lot of thought and effort into like the visuals, the rollout, all that stuff like that. Behind the scenes, Futurewave working on graphics and promo videos and you know, all different types of stuff, man. And so it's like it's a lot more to it than just yo, send me some beats. I'm gonna send you back some raps. You know, like
right.
we put a lot into this project, and not saying that we didn't put a lot into the first two, you know, but this third one, like you said, it has more of a tone to it. You know what I mean? It's not just a collection of really good records. You know what I mean? It's actually it feels like a piece, and it wasn't
Mm.
intentional. We were just cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think now at this point we kind of got like a formula going. You know what I'm saying? And we know what the music that we make together needs to sound like. So this summer I was more focused on like handling background stuff, real life, and really like honing my craft and not trying to put out a lot of projects, but maybe just a few really good ones. You know what I'm saying? Focusing on the quality of it. You know, the mixing, the mastering aspect. Talking
yeah,
to Futurewave every day. This guy, I send him a joint and he'll send me back 3 different versions of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a perfectionist, you know, with what he does on his side. And you know, it only makes me sound better. So it was a lot of that this summer, bro. So I didn't really get to chill. I did a few different things, but for the most part, I was just locked in, you know?
So would you say making the album is quicker than sort of preparing the rollout and getting everything in order for the drop? That
Yeah,
making the album is the quickest part?
making the
It's the
album's the
fun
easiest
part.
part. Yeah, that's
It's
the
the
easiest,
fun
funnest
part.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right, right, right,
yeah,
right, right.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
the other stuff you really it's like constant phone calls and little bumps in the road and you cracking your head on which art to go with and just all type of shit layouts and you know what I mean. Thank God, you know, like Futurewave really he that's like a lot of his department. He takes care of a lot of that shit. But it's like I always see everything and there's always mad different versions of it because this guy's always thinking how to make it better. You know?
yeah, man, yeah, man. So when I saw you in person, I think I asked you briefly, but we didn't really get into it. I wanted to ask you about your little tour, your 4 city tour with Jay the Jeweler, I
Mm-hmm.
believe. But before I do that, I feel kind of like the Dirtwave 1 and 2 drops near the end of last year, and then you being heavily featured on Gucci Gambino's was sort of the setup for the tour.
It
Is
was.
that right? Okay.
Yeah, it was, and really, we put the tour together to raise more awareness of Pro Dillinger as a brand or whatever, but also raise more awareness for Dirtwave, because on that tour I only performed Dirtwave songs.
Right.
Smashed it, killed it.
I didn't
I
do
mean, I
nothing
wasn't
else.
there, but from the footage I seen, that shit was incredible, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I caught some of those videos.
yo,
Uh,
every time I'm live and I back those joints out, it gets wild, and people are really like gravitating towards these particular projects. So I'm excited for people to hear the third one. Whoever didn't get to cop physical, they'll get their opportunity to hear it, Thursday at midnight, or Friday morning or whatever, and
yeah, man.
it'll be a nice treat for everybody.
Yeah, man. And who was on the tour with you?
Oh, so it was a bunch of cats. Every city that we was in, we had openers from that city. So in Baltimore, it was Jay Royale, God Grams, Raph Almighty,
Wow.
and them guys. Then we had my Virginia cats. Wise was there. Had my man Don Sasson in Brooklyn. I had Nimlo out there with 183rd. We had Bubby come out. Like we had a
Wow.
bunch of different guys. In Roanoke, it was me, Bub Styles, Wise, Chubby God, like my man Obi-Wan opened in Brooklyn. So we had a lot of cats, man, pull up, man, and whoever wasn't performing was in the building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
So we had a good time. We sold a lot of merch. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
And everything went well, bro. It wasn't really no shows that I could complain about. Touring is rough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front. I don't know how guys do that shit months out of the year. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, it's a little nerve wracking too, especially when you're one of the people behind the scenes, like trying to put the logistics and the schematics together. That shit it's a lot that goes into that. And my
So
shit was only 4 cities, bro.
yeah. Are there any like teachable moments? Anything you learn? Like, oh shit, next time we do this, I now know to do X, Y, and Z, or anything like that.
Yo, plenty, bro. Too many to get into, because you got to think, me and bro, we don't know how, we ain't know how to do no tours or whatever. We did shows together, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But traveling, room and board, you know what I'm saying? Traveling with my kids and all that shit like that. All of that stuff throws wrinkles into
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
Traveling
Dudes,
with the kids is crazy. That's crazy.
crazy, bro. Every
Traveling
city,
with the
Holy
so you
shit.
traveled with the kids? Holy
That's
every,
crazy.
every city
holy
I went
cow.
to, I traveled with my kids.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
wild, man.
Yeah, man.
Most times, if I'm going out of town to perform, I'm traveling with my kids.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But once again, that's just another wrinkle. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was logistically, it was a nightmare, bro. But we got it handled. We took care of it. We handled business. Everybody made money. Everybody gained a little more exposure and a little more stage experience, and that was it. You know what I mean?
Dope, man. Dope.
Eventually we're gonna do a second leg of the tour, but the cities aren't gonna be so spread out. That's why it was such a nightmare, because we were like here, then
Zigzagging.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the next leg of the tour, it might just be like a tri-state thing,
Got it.
Connecticut, Jersey, you know what I mean? Like New York, obviously, so maybe even like New Hampshire, I might go over there a little bit, but close by geographically, you know what I mean?
Right. And I've yet to see you live. I can't wait. I've said it before. Maybe sometime soon we'll see you in Toronto if that's a possibility.
When I
And
get my real ID, the
right,
Trump ID, I'm gonna come
right.
out that way. And if y'all get annexed to United States before that
It'll be
happens,
even easier.
it's easier, bro.
It'll be an
Toronto,
easier move.
Toronto, New York. You heard?
Facts.
I feel like Asen is the guy, man. He's got his Supreme Jeans promotion, man. He's putting on
Yeah.
big shows here with Lord
Yep.
Fury. I think you guys could have a crazy show.
I
I
would
Put it
mean,
in
I
the
bro,
would
your
love
ether,
name did
bro.
come up. Your name did come
You
up when I
know?
spoke to Fury, bro.
I would
So
love
I
I
mean,
would love to
that
tour
that
with
would that would
Ace and
definitely be
Fury,
something.
guys. Hell yeah,
Hmm.
bro. And then I got my dude over there in Ontario, and he was talking to me about a tour of the west coast of Canada,
Okay.
something with Danielson, so that would be fire
Yeah.
too.
Ooh, yeah,
I'm
man.
I'm dying to get out there, bro. Canada loves me. I love Canada. I've been getting a lot of support from Canada for years now. So it's only right that I get out there and do my thing. You know.
And those first shows, when it does happen, God willing, they're going to be crazy, man. I'm sure, man. So, yeah,
I
man.
hope so.
So Futurewave, any trips to NY planned for you? Because I know last time we spoke, you told me like it was very beneficial in the past traveling to upstate NY, etc. Any trips planned for you, or are you sort of locked down? Uh,
Nothing planned, but it's definitely a move I gotta make. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Nothing planned yet, but yeah, right now my passport recently expired and shit. But I'm gonna get that recent. I'm gonna get that updated. So the definitely New York has to be a move, bro. It's all about timing, bro. It's all about
absolutely.
timing for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I hear you. I hear
So
you, man. Family
yeah,
life, right?
yeah,
Yo,
Responsibilities for
family
sure.
is just there's a bunch of shit, man. But yeah.
Yeah, man.
I've been telling bro since the first Dirtwave. I'm like, yo, we need to do a Future Wave and Pro Dillinger show live in New York City, man. That'd be
Wow,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
for sure,
those
for
talks have been
sure.
thrown around for sure, bro.
That
All
would be
right.
crazy.
Yeah, man.
So
Definitely.
I'm gonna do another side note here. So just to get out of the way, a couple months ago I saw you and Mickey Diamond exchanging that's Pro and Mickey Diamond, and he's like, you can have the interim EVA belt. I'll be back or something. And Pro, you're like, bring it or whatever, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, what was that about? I assume it's friendly competition, but
Yeah, well, right now, I'm involved with another promotion. Shout to Thousand Words and Ricky Gray. The name of the promotion is Extreme Verbal Art (EVA). It's a playoff of ECW, and it's basically it's hip hop, but for wrestling fans. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So right now, I'm the champion of the promotion. Mickey Diamond couldn't defend his title at the time. I'm the champion of the promotion, and I called him out because it's my only way to legitimize the title. There's
Yeah,
some guys
yeah,
there's some guys that feel like I might have got handed the title, and so I want to put all of those rumors to bed. You know what I mean? So we're putting that together. You know what I mean? In the meantime, there's a couple of other guys that was under that post talking a little spicy,
right,
and so they on the menu too. So basically,
right.
the format is you pull up, you have your five best songs, I have my five best songs. We perform them back to back. It's three judges, and that's that. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
dope, dope. I thought I heard someone throw the pay-per-view thing there. That might work, maybe.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's going to
interesting.
be it's going to be that because it's not going to be live stream. It's not going to be
Right,
live stream.
right.
So you got to be there to see it. So I feel like a Pro Dillinger versus Mickey Diamond for the
Oh yeah,
EVA heavyweight title. That shit would be a big look. You know, a good look for both of us. You
for
know,
sure.
it's going to be a memorable night for our space and what we do. And we're working towards making that happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
This shit is just like it's like boxing or something, man. It's like, you know, it's all negotiations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
man.
even though that's my brother, we family, we on the same team. We not scared to compete against each other neither.
As it should be. And whatever brings you guys eyeballs, man, and that'll definitely bring the
E-
eyeballs, man. So
Exactly. You know, whatever
yeah, man.
venue that shit's gonna be in is gonna be packed. We know that. So everybody's gonna make money, and that's the goal at the end of the day.
Right, right, right.
It's all
So
friendly competition, man.
for sure,
Sure.
man. For sure,
Yeah.
man. And now over to Futurewave, man, just to catch up on a couple things. So Futurewave, last time I saw you was a couple months back, midsummer, Bite the Blood Clot Bullet show here in Toronto. What did it mean to you to finally see Danielson and Asen share the stage after all these years and headlining their own show?
Hmm.
Man, it's about time, yo. It was definitely a moment, special for sure. Man, all I could say is that set off a whole, we know we're cooking, bro. Let's just say we're cooking. So
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
we're back in the lab. We're cooking, putting together something real special, man. And we're doing it for Canada, bro. We're doing it for Toronto.
Absolutely.
Those two I feel are the best to represent the city, honestly. Prior to them, there wasn't really nobody watching Canada like that. I mean. I mean, besides Drake, Cardi, I mean, but those guys, you know what I mean? I'm talking for like the underground, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Where we have people from France, Germany, obviously the States, you know what I'm saying? The States is our biggest market, but um, no, I don't know anybody else that was really doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was Daniel Son and Ace that really set the tone for this shit for us, really.
I,
You know what I'm
I,
saying?
oh, go ahead.
So it was definitely special. Those guys need to be together. They sound great together. It sounds like, nothing ever happened. You know what I'm saying? And I love those guys. Those guys are my brothers, man. So it makes me really, really, really happy that that show happened. You know what I'm saying? It needed to happen, and thank God it did, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. Underground wise, I feel like you got those guys, and you are the only shot we have underground wise. I'm gonna be dead honest. You know what I'm
I
saying? I
mean,
don't know if
now,
you agree. I don't know if you
there's
agree,
there's
but
there's there's JUCO as well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
There's
it's
other
easy.
guys that's
yeah,
hmm?
no, of course, Sazy, bro.
Sazy.
Yeah, yeah, of course,
Definitely, there's other guys that's really really talented, and I got to give it up to JUCO because JUCO
For sure.
set a lane and a wave outside of what we were doing. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And it just so happens that we all connected. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's another one too. But I'm saying though, like Danielson and Ace were the first ones. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying? And yeah, man, it's special, bro. And I can't wait. I can't wait for what's to come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's definitely gonna be some good shit on the way, bro.
and I
Yo,
mean,
and
you were.
it's,
Oh, go
shout
ahead,
to
go ahead.
Raz too.
Oh, fuck, man, I can't believe I didn't mention Raz.
Shout to
Raz
Raz.
really, yo, see, pro, yeah, man. Sometimes we forget, bro.
No, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? No, Raz
Go ahead.
was the first one. Raz was the first one. I got to give it to Raz. I tip my hat off to Raz, brother. Bow down
You,
to that guy, brother. That
you,
guy's he's the man, bro, for sure.
you know what? Sometimes it's hard to define underground, or like you could define it in different ways. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the tricky part. You know what I'm saying? But I think Asen and Danielson are the best representation we have up there. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt, right?
Right.
So,
Now,
um,
Raz is underground for sure, bro. Straight
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Yeah, man. And man, Raz has done the biggest, has done made the biggest moves out of all of us. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So, nah, man, he deserves his respect, man, for sure.
right. Fair enough. And I got to do some more homework on. Obviously, I'm familiar with Raz, of course, but I got to do some more homework on him for sure. So I feel like honestly, I was one of the loudest people in that show, man. Right at the front, fucking banging on the ceiling or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to ask you of all of Danielson and Asen shows or performances you've seen, where does this one fit? I wasn't there from the beginning. Did they ever perform together at a
Yeah,
show
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, or
They
was that a
did
first?
the first time I seen them perform together was in Jersey. Um, I would say this one was probably I think this one was the best one. The show in Montreal that we did was fire with Smith and Wesson. I think Smith and Wesson was performing that same night. Bro, the chemistry on that set, from what I remember, was amazing, bro. But this one was definitely up there as well, bro. It was a
Yeah,
good show, man. Yeah, yeah. They killed it. They killed it, bro.
and
The
I like
crowd the
how
crowd was going nuts, man. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see too much because I was in the back and I seen just the front, but from what I heard, the crowd was going crazy.
yeah, Danielson from
Yeah,
Quebec City. Yeah,
yeah,
man. So I like how they did the versus thing, like back and forth, track for track, not competitive. That was dope. And one thing Sazy said to me, and I agree with, is like when Asen talks, he sounds like a reverend. You know what I mean? The way he controls the crowd, and he
mm,
brings that
Fact.
element. So
Facts.
yeah,
extra dope.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Um, One thing that I was expecting to happen at the performance was Summer's effing over, man. I was expecting that one to come on
I
at some
sent them
point.
the beat. They had
Uh,
the beat. You know what I mean? They had the performance track for it. But yeah, I mean that's a big one, bro. They should have performed that one for sure.
I think it leaves for the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
man.
I think they're
So
performing on the 13th. There's a show on the 13th coming up. Yeah, so they might do it then. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I'm definitely
Yeah, yeah,
going to that one for sure, man.
yeah.
Um, so one second here. Yeah, and it would be dope to see if they can turn that into a Canada-wide tour. Obviously, not to put too much pressure on anyone, but it would be dope to see. And again, you mentioned they have another show on the 13th, which is dope. And then last we spoke, you guys just dropped Baggage Claims. I actually copped one of the vinyls. How did that drop go
Appreciate
for you
it.
guys? I assume it's sold out as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's done. My Vinyl Digital might still have some copies of their variant. But yeah, everything that I had was is gone. So it's yeah, so it did very, bro. It was a success, man. Did very well.
Congrats,
Yeah, man.
congrats, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, that one we could have maybe there could have been a little more promo, but I mean, it's for what the album is, it's like a bunch of leftover songs. I mean, I wouldn't say leftover, it's just songs that we didn't have the opportunity to release. Um, I mean, we were always planning to release it, and we actually had a situation with a company at a time where they had we were supposed to do a 7 inch or whatever, but man, that was like 5 years ago, over 5 years ago. So it never came out. They never released it. So we were like, fuck it, let's just drop the shit. You know what I mean? And we added it to this project, and there was always the look to release this music, but we were just trying to find the right time. I mean, if you look at the files, I think I sent out to everybody that purchased the MP3s of the album. If you look at the dates, bro, like I finished that album in like 2001, bro.
Mm,
2021. You know what I mean?
yeah,
2021 it was done. So it just took that long to release the shit.
yeah. And I said it
Yeah.
before. It's amazing with all the classic projects you had that you had all that on the cutting room floor that you could put it together and put something so dope and cohesive together. Still, you know
We
what
were
I mean?
cooking,
So
man. I mean, we were
yeah,
cooking, bro. Like it was nonstop cooking, man. I mean, Daniel's son has so much music, bro. So much unreleased music. Like fam, like even when we were cooking Bushman Bodega, like I don't even think how ill he like he doesn't even know how ill he is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Don't, bro.
I think the Line Busy joint, I think it was the Line Busy joint or and Booger Sugar, because both of those songs were done at the end of the session. So we would be like, yo, okay, yo, we gotta wrap it up. Like time is up because we were paying for studio time and shit for that album. And um literally like there's like a half an hour left, and then he's like, bro, like, yo, play the next beat, play the next beat. And I play the next beat, and he's like, bro, hold that, play that. So you just there, he's just right, 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 right. 10 minutes left, the man would just jump in the booth. All right, record this. Boom. Fucking hook and verse done in like a
Crazy.
half an hour, bro.
yeah.
He's crazy. He's crazy. And it's like, bro, you just wrote that? Like, I don't believe that you just wrote that. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like
it,
that quick? That's
it,
crazy. And the
it's
illest hooks too. The illest fucking hooks
Yeah,
too.
yo, son, out of nowhere, bro. Out of
Out
nowhere.
of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Like it just boom. It just happens, bro. It's like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's the level of writing that he's and the speed
Yeah.
he's doing it at is crazy, man.
You
Yeah,
know what
So
I
man.
think it
So
is with him? I don't think he puts too much thought in it. He don't let that. He don't overthink it.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like he got like that Tupac shit. Like like he just want to get
Yeah.
it done. Like you know what I mean, and move on to the next record. But it's like
Yeah.
even though to him it might not be nothing, them shits be so fire, bro.
Yeah, fire. And that 90% of the sessions were like that. When we were in the pressure cooker, it was always like that. Maybe one or two out of every session, maybe one or two was like, okay, we might have done one song. But
mm,
almost every session we did at least 3 to 5 songs, bro.
Great.
And it's
That's a
man, it,
wild.
wa- it was yeah, man. We made a lot of albums, bro, through that time. Like there was just so much material that was produced, and I would make beats on the Thursday, Friday, go there, and with whatever's hitting, mans would use. If there wasn't anything, I'd make a beat on the spot. You know what I mean? And most of the time, whatever I made on the spot hit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because I don't know, it just happens like that sometimes. But
eh, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
we saying no, but
No,
that
no, go
that's
ahead,
just
go ahead.
how it all came about. That's why we have so much music stored away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And not to
Yeah.
get too off topic, because I'm gonna get into Dirtwave in a second here, but I got to hear Pro and Danielson on a collab project, man. Their cadences are perfect together. The tracks they do have, perfect.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying? So yeah, man.
Definitely. I would
I
love
So
to
love
see
working
that.
with bro. We got a few different songs together throughout the years, man. I was just on his Ghost Notes album. He's on uh the Dirtwave album, bro. Like me and Danielson got a lot of shit together, you know what I mean? And every time we work is very natural, you know what I mean? And I got a lot of respect for him as an artist and as a person, like outside the music. He's
yeah,
one of the most solid dudes I know, you know? So
yeah.
shout to Danielson, man.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna
It's my
put the
brother.
focus on what brought us here now, Dirtwave 3. So, Pro, this is your fourth time on the show. It's an honor every time. So again, you reached out to me about a month back. You let me know Dirtwave 3 was dropping soon. One of the things though that made me enthusiastic to do the interview, I feel like in this lane, which maybe we'll try and define the lane in a moment. I'm talking to different people, and the consensus I'm getting is things are getting a bit quiet, a little bit repetitive, man. I don't know if you feel that way. Um, so without people like you, Mickey Diamond, Vegas 7 dropping, we could throw in some other names. Things are feeling quiet to say the least, and I was like, we need a major event. And when you told me Dirtwave 3 is dropping soon, I'm like, damn, I'm happy to be a part of it because that's a major event to be.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way as well, that things are getting a little quiet? And like it's hard to really to analyze it, but depending on who you talk to. But
There's new guys, you know, there's guys dropping shit, you know what I'm saying? But it does feel like something's been a little like lacking. Like it been a little lackluster. The main guys that you expect to drop quality music are dropping music. But it hasn't been to me.
right,
It hasn't been nothing that really jumps off the screen at me. Uh but the stuff that has come out this year has been good. I think people, like I said, are more focused on like quality now. You know what I mean? Instead of just dropping a bunch of projects, people just are trying to focus on making like that one good project or two really good projects.
right,
I think
right.
that's been more the mindset. Really, I think at a certain point it was just becoming an arms race, and everybody was
Yeah,
just trying to just drop, 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 drop. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And and then not for nothing, I had 6 drops last year, and that shit kind of burned me out, man. So
right.
it's like I really just wanted to focus on making one good quality project, and after that's out the way, then I'll focus on my other one. I'm so used to thinking 2 or 3 projects ahead. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So I think that's kind of why I've been quiet this year. I feel like maybe I'm not the only artist with that particular mindset. Maybe a lot of guys is getting kind of burnt out, because
makes sense.
a lot of the bigger artists I know been working consistently the last 2 3 years,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
I
it's time to like at what point do you sit back and enjoy your money or enjoy your family or
right.
start doing things outside of music for yourself? People don't realize, bro, this rap shit, it's only like 10% of your real life.
Yeah, man.
You know
And
what I mean?
that's the real shit that the fans need to know as well. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah,
And
bro.
it was interesting. It was kind of funny to me because I saw Mickey Diamond post a story. Forgot what he wrote exactly, but he was like, "Yo, I'm watching all of y'all. I'm not impressed. Be back soon," type shit, something like
Yeah.
that. Right? I thought it was a funny post, but it
I,
kind of
you
did
know, I,
speak to the moment. You know what I mean? A
yeah,
little
and,
bit.
and, and what I'm saying is that he obviously he ain't the only person that feel like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean, but
And he had to take time off too. He said it himself in the post. He's like, "Yo, I had to step back." Yeah. So
real shit, bro. He's a perfect example of a guy that just constantly working, 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 working. At what point do you sit back and smell the roses?
right, right, right. So
You
I
know?
wanted to ask you, Pro, do you consider yourself in a specific lane? Like, how do you think about it when you're putting out music? Are you in a lane? And like, if you are, how would you define that lane? Like, because it's hard to define. We got people, we got artists in different circles, different levels of the grind and shit. Do you feel like you're in the lane? And how would you define it?
I feel like I'm in the lane, the same lane that we're all in, but what I do is different. You know what I mean? I think that nobody does what I do the way that I do it.
Right.
I feel the same way about Futurewave's production. There's a lot of producers, but it's like there's nobody that sounds like Futurewave. There's nobody that sounds like Pro Dillinger. So
Right.
while yes, I'm a part of this lane, I also feel like I'm carving out my own lane. You know what I
Right.
mean? And what I bring to the table and to this space is something completely different. It's an energy that I don't think been felt since like, you know, like those old artists, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm moving with the same energy as a DMX, a 50 Cent, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? A Max B, like all of my favorite dudes is like I try to embody all of that, you know what I mean? And still give y'all like the real me, you know, out there and be vulnerable on my music and tell my business to everybody. Like, so I think that's what makes my shit special, you know. I don't hide my life outside of rap music. You know what I mean? It's right there. If you listen to my music, it's right there. It's all there.
Yeah. Well,
So I
from the.
think
Oh, go ahead.
no. I just feel like, you know, like I'm carving out my own space. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, from the first time I heard you, you always cut through to me, man. Like few bunch of years back now, for sure, man.
I appreciate that.
So, Pro, I know we covered this ground before, but it's not every day that we have Futurewave and Pro on the same live. So, Pro, when you were re-entering the game, correct me if I'm wrong, it was about 2016, if I got it right. You and Snotty, was it about 2016?
Around the time, around like right before Tanner Talk 3 dropped,
Okay.
I was dropping Everyone's Foul, my first EP in the underground space. But before that, I put out mad projects before that. But
Yeah, yeah.
I was aiming the music at the wrong demographic. I didn't realize, you know what I mean?
We,
I caught on a little bit late.
we covered that ground in a previous interview, but the thing I wanted to ask you was, what impression did you have of the Toronto Cats, like Futurewave, Danielson, Ace, and Finn, when you re-entered the game?
So
Because
boom, the first
we have Futurewave here right now, man. I thought this would be great for him to
and
hear
he knows
about
this.
your
He
journey.
knows this. I tell him this all the time. The I was very impressed. The first time I had heard of Danielson, it was one night I was in Snotty's crib. We was in his crib getting fucked up. I mean, like we was getting fucked up, and
Right.
I had no idea like what was going on. This is like literally my re-entry into the underground space. I ain't know none of these cats, right? So in one night he puts me on to Rome, Riggs,
Mm,
and then I think I heard Danielson on one of Riggs songs, right?
mm.
But like the same time I learned about the cloth is the same time I learned about Danielson and them, but it's because they was already working together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was gonna go to the show that y'all was supposed to do that got shut down because of COVID. Remember
Mm.
Mm.
the shit
Yep,
in
definitely.
Boston? We was gonna
Yep.
travel out there just as fans because me and Snotty ain't have shit going on in the underground at that time. You know what I mean? So I was mad impressed, and I'm like, damn, these niggas is from Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first heard Daniel song rap, I thought he was black. I was like, who the fuck is this dude, right?
Right.
So then I saw one of his videos and shit like that. I started following him, and through him I found Cypher Soze, Juco, Ace, you know what I mean? Finn, like Futurewave. Yo, that's Dirty Dishes. When that shit came out, that shit was on my car. I was playing that shit every day, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
Moonshine Mix 2, I was playing that shit every day. That's like
Right.
when I first caught on to these niggas. And then eventually I started like chopping it up back and forth with Danielson. I did the album with Finn, you know, and I got all the guys from out there on that album. You know, it was like a perfect storm. And then I'm like, damn, it felt good to work with these cats because I knew they was real about their shit, even though they was all the way up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but Pray for My Prey really changed the game for me. And I was able to form my own relationship with Ace and Danielson and Juco, Finn, Sibs, you know what I mean? and then I didn't start corresponding with Futurewave till later than that. You know what I mean? But once we talked a little bit, he was like, "Yo, I'm a fan of what you do." I told him the same. And he was like, one day we gotta cook, and I just stayed patient. I kept working, and then the opportunity presented itself, bro.
Last I interviewed Mickey Diamond, he put it like this. He said, "Future Wave is to you what Big Ghost is to him." So I wanted to ask you, what do you think of that comparison? What does it mean to just have a producer like Future Wave in your corner right now? On your third installment here, Dirtwave.
Bro, and I tell him this all the time, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, like you took a chance on me, because for a while it felt like I was out here on my own, trying to just make waves and find little different cracks in the door and the window for me and my guys to jump through, and really building the Umbrella Collective into what it is. But it's like, to get somebody that's well respected, in your corner, and that actually believes in your music. Because a lot of these producers, the bigger producers, they see you like a dollar amount. You know what I mean? They
Right.
don't. It's not really like about a genuine musical connection, or just connecting as humans. It's more about like, all right, how much bread could we make together? Which is not. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, nobody's out here rapping and making beats for free. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to feed your family off this shit, but you also want to work with people that believe in what you do, and
Absolutely.
believe in your artistry, and are willing to take risks with you. You know what I'm saying? And not
Yeah.
just watch you take all the risk. You know what I'm saying? It's refreshing to work with a producer that's not just sending me packs like, yo, here, you pick and you just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy got a hand in every phase of the project. Every phase, bro. There's not nothing in the project that this guy don't have his hands in.
Yeah. No, that
And
when I interviewed Danielson, he's like, he pulls so much weight that he's like scrambling to do shit. You know what I mean? Like to
yo, bro,
counterbalance
yeah, bro.
the
And then
work he carries. You know what I mean? So
it gets to a point, you know what I'm saying? Like, if yo, and you could ask, bro. I ask him all the time, like, yo, if there's anything you need me to do, let me know. He'd be like, nah, bro, I got it. Nah, bro. He already took care of it 9 out of 10 times.
so wanted to ask you, Future Wave. Of all the artists you have an opportunity to work with, what is it about Pro Dillinger that makes you want to keep putting in work?
The hunger, bro. I mean, like Pro's a guy, um, like when he raps, bro, it's from like he lives the shit that he raps, bro. And I'm attracted to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the potential that I see in Pro is great. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I heard Scarface, Ain't No Killer, I was like, God damn, like this is the illest shit that I have right now. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like I legit felt at that time like this was the best shit that I had right now. So I know what what's coming for this guy. You know what I'm saying? And I just, just to be a part of the journey is a blessing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Pro, thank you for all the dope shit you say about me, and you know what I mean. I put in the work. I put in work because I need to put in the work, bro. I'm trying to put food on the table for my family, all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do what I got to do to make this shit win. You know what I'm saying? But to have you and to have artists like you, Daniel Son, or Rome Streets, all these guys that I've built with over the years, like it's a blessing, and it helps me with my journey. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so and to be a part of your catalog too, bro. You know what I mean? It's like it's an honor for me as well, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just one way, bro. It goes both ways. Like I remember when Finn just showed me pray for my pray.
Mm.
I listened to the test press at the studio. I think I was making beats over there. You know what I mean? That's when I was sharing the space with those guys. And he
Yeah.
just got the test press and he's like, "Yo, listen to this shit." And we were listening. I think it was the first time he listened to it. And I'm like, "Bro, this fucking guy is crazy." I mean, I've heard of you through 80s, first
hmm
time I heard about you was Old Man 80s, right?
hmm
And and I'm like, yo, this guy's nice. This guy's nice. But then when I heard fucking Pray for My Prayer, I was like, bro, this guy is like, yo, bro, you could have like you sound like you could be from the cloth. You know what I'm saying? And I love the cloth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it just bro, I was like, bro, I need to work with this guy. That's all I had to say. Like I told Finn, bro, I need to work with this guy. Finn was like, bro, you need to work with this guy.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It just long story short, bro, like it's something that, you know what I mean? Like it just it was destined to happen, bro. From when I first heard Pray for My Pray, I already knew. You know what I mean? Like
And,
this, I need to build with this guy, and it's easy to work, man. It's easy to work with Pro, man. You know what I mean? It's not a headache, bro.
mm,
So
and
Yo,
I,
bro,
yeah,
and
man.
then it's like, yo, you remember, bro, even that when we was doing, I think what was it, part one, and I had the fucking mic flipped and all of that, like I was recording it. Yo, so this guy, right?
Yeah.
I send him all these records, and I have my mic backwards, so it sounded all fucked up. We couldn't figure this shit out for nothing, bro. Yo, he's like, yo, man, I'm gonna need you to maybe re-record these, bro. I'm like, I bet. Yo, what was it, like 6 songs I had
wow,
to
Yeah, it
redo?
was like more than half the album we had to redo.
shit.
Yeah.
Yo, but it was, yo,
Yeah.
bro, for what I knew it was gonna be and the quality of music we was making, I had that shit back to him in like 2 days because it's just like he say it's not hard for him to work with me. It's not hard for me to work with him.
I,
It's it's easy,
and it's never the same when you spit it again. You know what I mean? So hats off to you for doing it.
and I'm
Nah,
glad. I'm glad
it's
he made
not
me
the
do that.
same.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad he made
Yeah.
me do that. I'm glad he made me do
Yeah.
that because all of them verses came out way harder, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
bro.
so I wanted to ask you, man, because I've heard from a few artists like Danielson and others what it's like to get a beat from Futurewave. Like it just starts out one way, and by the end, it's a completely different beat. Can you tell us
Yes.
about witnessing that, Pro?
Yo, I just talked about this like a few nights ago, bro, right? So he'll send you a beat, right? He'll send you a beat. And the perfect example of this is New Sneakers, right? So he sends me the beat for New Sneakers. I'm like, this shit is all right. I'm like, yo, bro, like, this is not my usual tempo or whatever. He was like, brother, just write to it. Trust me. Whoop-de whoop-de whoop, right? So I write the record and shit. I record it. I send it back. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, all right, he just gonna throw some bells and whistles on this shit and this gonna be the beat. Nah, B. This guy sends me back a completely different record, right? But it's the same, But he fucking, I don't know what type of mastermind, mad scientist shit this dude did, but he just added a few things and it changed the whole record, bro. The
Yeah.
whole record. Now, mind you, I'm listening to the reference for like 2 weeks, so I'm used to just the beat the way it is, bare bones. But that's usually how he sends you the beat. It be just bare bones. It be just enough for you to rap on, right? You
Right.
rap it, record it, you send it back, and then like the next day or the day after, he's like, "Yeah, bro." Boom. He sends you the shit just to listen to in the house or whatever. Then maybe 2 days later, he's like, "Yo, I added this and I took this out," or just little shit. Like, it's not really be in there like chefing it. Like,
Do,
add a little bit of this,
do
add
you
a little
get
bit of
used to
that.
the old version, or
Yeah.
do you immediately take to the new version as soon as you hear it?
Not like I be used to the old version,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that's because we're constantly listening to the
Yeah.
references. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But by the time the final version, it's there's nothing to complain about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. So I'm gonna circle back to one of my earlier comments. Here's how I felt. I went back to Dirtwave 1 and 2. Like I said, I felt like these were critically acclaimed projects last year. A lot of bangers that stand out on their own as bangers, but this one is more of a sonic themes, moody, like a dark movie, like I don't know, dark sci-fi or detective shit or horror shit. That's how it hits me. How would you describe it, Future Wave? The difference between 1, 2, and 3. What is happening differently on 3? Most people haven't heard it yet, right? So how would you describe it?
I think three is more, you described it as like dark and moody. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely more like yeah, it definitely hits in that tone for sure. But I don't know. I tried to sprinkle a little more soul into it, using vocal samples and trying to switch it up a little bit. Man, I don't know. The first two was in a specific type of bag, but this one, bro, I go. It's like when I cook, it's like going through seasons, bro. Every season, I fucking cook up some different shit, bro. So I don't know. He just got me in that bag, bro. Where
got
it's
it.
like, yeah, I guess that's the whatever vibe that you got is what it is, man. But when I cook, I try to find a tone and the sound that will fit the rapper that I'm working with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, man.
And by the way, all the features killed their verses. Snotty, Big Trip, SD Knack, Danielson absolutely killed their verses. Flawless victories. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, yeah, man.
Yup.
Um,
Fact.
Definitely.
yeah, man. So I wanted to ask you sort of a nerdy question, Future Wave. When I hear some of your production, I'm not talking just this project. I feel like I'm in a sci-fi movie sometimes, or a horror movie, or some shit like that. I feel like your beats are telling the story before the rapper spits their first word. Often, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Do you feel like you're speaking through your beats, saying anything, or are you just creating vibes in your head?
it's vibes, bro. It's just
Just
all
vibes.
vibes, man. Yeah, it's all vibes. Like
Yeah,
whatever I'm feeling that day, whatever, however the sample's speaking to me, is how I'll flip it, you know what I'm saying? So, nah, it's all vibes with me, bro.
got it, got it, got it, man.
Yeah, man.
So, by the way, how are you guys doing for time, man? I got a bunch more material for you. You guys good or we hard
I'm good.
stop? Good.
I'm good. I'm
Pro, are
good.
you good or
Yeah, I'm good for a few more.
okay? So, wanted to talk about uh, pressing the vinyl. So, Futurewave was cool seeing that mini doc about you going getting the vinyls done. Not sure where you get your vinyls pressed, but wanted to ask you. It seems like there's a lot of different labels popping up, a lot of different people doing vinyl. Are all labels equal, or is it just like middlemen that are going to the same pressing plants? Like, what's going on here? Do you feel like filling us in?
Um,
Yo.
I mean, for the most part, it is one company that's kind of running the whole shit. You know what I mean? One pressing company is based out of Czech Republic, and yeah, they're basically running the whole game, man. They're pressing everybody shit.
Right,
But I found a company out here that's being run by another hip hop guy. You know what I'm saying? That I don't want to say who it is, but he
Yo.
has his own plant and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I'm just pressing over there, man. I mean, it's like working with one of the guys, bro.
right,
It has its little quirks because we build everything from the ground up. Like we got to source our own jackets, vinyl jackets, our own center labels. Like everything is sourced out, and it's not from the same pot that everybody else is getting it from. So we can do some different type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it has to make sense financially, though. You know what I mean?
right.
Um, so we don't have the same colors as other companies. Like it's very custom, you
Got it.
know. It's like what's that company called? Wax Mage? Have you ever heard of them? I think I'm saying the name right. I think it's Wax Mage.
I
Have you heard
haven't.
of them?
I've
No.
never heard of them. No.
They do like custom 101s and shit.
Right,
Where it's like they'll put like line splatters and shit all through there. They do crazy shit. Like even my guy, bro, he puts cigarette butts into a fucking vinyl. You know what I'm
That's
saying? He
crazy.
right,
put
right,
weed,
right,
he put weed
right,
into a vinyl. Like he's done
right,
some wild shit. I'm like, yo, does that even play? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it skip? You know, but I don't know if you've seen Bozak's release his Toronto tape. He had he got the subway maps, like
right,
the printed out subway maps from the TTC.
That's
right.
And
fire.
he fucking Bro, he put it into the press, and when the plates press onto the vinyl, it shreds the fucking map all across, and it looks like splatter, just like
That's
with
fire.
The Toronto TTC map. Shit looks crazy, bro. So they did that over there. You know what I'm saying? Like they do some pretty cool shit.
Mm.
that I don't see no other plant will do it, bro. No, like nobody wants to do this. It's too time consuming. You know
And
what I mean?
and I saw you had like you pressed like 20 like unique records, something like
Yeah,
that. Was it
unique
20
one-on-ones.
records,
Yes,
one
sir.
of ones?
Yeah,
Is that something
yeah.
you could do at any manufacturer, or that, or you need to deal with
No,
it?
no. You need to in with somebody where they're willing to do that with you. You know what I'm
Right, right,
saying?
right.
And I think now though, because the vinyl market is not what it was, and the volume is going down a lot on everybody's shit. It's not
Right.
just, you know what I mean? It's happening across the board. Vinyl plants are gonna have to get really creative to keep people coming back. You know what I'm saying? So they might like a company like Precision might start doing one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? They might be
What
forced to do it
why do you think the volume is going down? I mean, I've heard that
because it's
anecdotally, but why do you think it's going down?
because everybody's doing it.
Got it.
It's
Right, right,
you know what
right,
I mean?
right,
Once Adele did her album and she did like what 500,000 units and you know what I mean? It's like since then it's just the vinyl game kind of got crushed. Like
It's
you
not
know, it's
special
just
no more.
it's not as special anymore. You know what I mean?
right,
When
right,
it was
right.
just a niche thing where it was just like underground, hipster type shit,
Yeah,
house guys were doing it. You had some like indie rock and the underground hip hop and like when it was just that crowd that was doing it, it was a little more cool, you know what I mean? But
right,
now it's to me it still is, but you gotta be creative though. Like
right.
you gotta it's not just dropping a black vinyl. I mean, yo, you might be able to sell a couple hundred like that, but I'm about doing some real creative, different stuff, man. I always try, and as long as the companies let me push the boundaries, I will, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when I
Yeah,
was going with Precision, like it's very standard, you know what I'm saying? But even over there, like I don't know, I might have been one of the first guys to do a ghost vinyl. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I've never seen a ghost vinyl. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Picture disc too. I don't maybe there was maybe one or two other people that had a picture disc at the time. You know what I'm saying? And then Pressure Cooker got a picture disc. Wave God got a picture disc. You know what I'm saying? We did the ghost variant with Moonshine Mix. And I'm telling you, bro, like there was nothing like that at the time. I could be mistaken, but I didn't see it. Dope was doing like regular splatter, white vinyl, red vinyl, like there wasn't no real crafty shit at the time. I feel like I don't want to say I'm the guy that pushed the boundary, but I feel like I did a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
You
feel that
got you got
way
to be
because I didn't
one.
see
You got
it.
to be one of them. You got to be one of them.
I didn't see it before me, bro. So I tried, so like I was doing A side, B sides, three color vinyls was very expensive, bro. Production was to do those is not cheap. Even back then too, it wasn't cheap, so nobody wanted to do it. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
So when you dropped your vinyl on Friday, I was going through the comments, and what I believe was one of your friends, Futurewave. They're like, I wish you put out like it wasn't exactly in these words. It was, I wish you put out the music on streamers at the same time of dropping the vinyl, so they can preview before they buy. That it's become more about visual art. I
Yeah.
thought it was an interesting comment, and I just wanted to sort of unpack it with you. What do you guys think about that comment? I have my
I
own
talked to the
thoughts,
guy behind the
but
scenes.
did did you?
I don't want to like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
He's not wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I've been dropping music like this for years. I mean,
right.
from Pressure Cooker was physical only for a
Yeah,
long time. Wave God was physical only. Moonshine Mix was physical only. Yeah, brother, almost every fucking album was physical only first. I think the
right.
only ones I think Knack when I rolled out with Knack wanted to drop the digital first. Usually me and Roma was physical only. Um, Freaking almost every Danielson project was physical only first, but it's only temporarily, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
not to, it's to help build up the hype for the album too. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And once you dump all your ammunition and then you drop the physicals, and what if what
yeah,
if the what if the physicals don't sell out, bro? There's a
Right. There's
chance
no
it might
there's
not
no
sell out.
there's no incentive to buy it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
What
yeah,
you
yeah. I
just you
agree.
just unloaded the whole clip. and now
I,
what you got? You know what I'm
I, I,
saying?
I
So
feel it takes it back to the days where your favorite artist dropped a CD or a cassette and you bought that shit. You didn't really
that's
hear all
another
of it.
thing. Like
I like
I
it's a
came
leap of
into it,
faith, but they've already entertained
brother.
you so many times that you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
when I came into the game, bro, I was like, yo, I want to bring back the feeling of how it was when I used to go to the music store and buy the CD, go home, open up the pack. Like, brother, I remember the day Wu-Tang Forever came out vividly.
What?
Like, I remember that date like it
Yeah,
Facts.
was fucking yesterday, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I
Fucking
remember
facts.
going, skipping school, buying the CD, you know what I mean? And how, looking at the pictures and shit inside the booklet and brother, that's a whole vibe in itself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yo,
And
yo,
I
listening to
I
the
wanted
album,
to
bro,
bring that
reading the
vibe back.
lyrics.
yeah,
You know
You
what
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man. There's
That
something special
nostalgic
about that
value.
time, bro. Yeah.
So speaking of visual art, I know you're very particular with sourcing graphic artists, Futurewave, and that limited edition cover you did was crazy with that mangled up bike, just
Crazy.
for
Oh
the
man, that was a
physicals,
gift.
right?
That was a gift from Sep, bro. That was like Sep just like boom one day just like, yo, bro, this is for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he
Wow.
just gave that to me out of nowhere. I
Crazy.
didn't expect it. Yeah, I didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? And he Sep originally wanted it to be cassette only, but I'm like, bro, like this is too crazy for it to just be a cassette.
Right,
So I kept sending him mock-ups and different things, trying to persuade him to be okay with it going on a vinyl, and eventually he was cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Had,
man.
had,
That's yo, and real quick, let me just add on to that. Let me build onto that. Sep is another guy that's like he won't really work with you if he don't believe in you.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like he won't just make art for anybody. You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah,
So the like these last bunch of pieces that we got for him, they mad special to me, right? Because first
Of course.
I've been getting art from Seth for years. You know what I'm saying? Like I got shit from him from before Fly God. You feel me? But
right.
these pieces right here, you could tell he really put it. He really took like the vision that Future Wave had, and he manifested that shit, bro, on paper, son. Like he went above and beyond for niggas with this artwork.
You
You know
you
what I mean?
told them what you wanted because I don't know how you would describe that when you drew
So the
that.
whole thing, like when I first was working with Pro and I was thinking of like an idea for artwork, I just pictured a dirt bike, bro.
Okay,
So, but from the dirt bike, Akira came. You know what I'm saying? I know
yeah,
Akira, they didn't ride a dirt bike, but the bike theme, you know what I'm saying? So
right,
when I spoke to Seth, I told Seth, I'm like, bro, I'm thinking we gotta have a bike. Like that's why in the Dirtwave one, he's on a dirt bike.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
I don't know why the dirt bike came to my mind, bro, but it just did. And so, but Seth took it from there, bro. He took that little idea, made the Akira shit come alive, and fucking, bro, it just became something crazy, bro. I love the art, especially the new one, the red and black one.
Crazy,
Yeah, fire.
Crazy, crazy.
crazy.
The way that pops on the like the CD, because I got the CDs and shit. I shipped them out. I shipped them out already.
Yeah,
CDs and cassettes, like whoever bought, I already shipped them. You know what I'm saying? So I have the physical for that already, and it just looks incredible, bro. It's an incredible
even
piece of work.
the red vinyl with the red cover, just simple looks fire, man. Looks
Yeah,
crazy.
it looks crazy, bro. I think that was
Yeah,
the original, you know what I mean? Before I
yeah.
went crazy with the colors, that was the main
That was the
piece.
first
You know what I
mock-up.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
So, future, I want to quote something I read in a written interview by you, and then sort of unpack it a bit more if you're down. Pro, if you have to bounce, I'm not going to hold you. I'll just ask Future Wave the remaining questions. But would be
No,
dope if you could
I'm
stay,
tapping.
but no pressure.
Yeah.
So this is what you wrote. I think I wrote it down word for word. You're right. For me, carrying the torch means maintaining creativity at the highest level. It's not a knock on other producers, but there's a lot of repetition in the sound right now, a sound that, to be real, I helped shape. So the question becomes, do I keep trying to outdo the next producer using the same formula, or do I push the boundaries and elevate the sound while staying true to my vision? My sound will always be gritty and grimy. That's my foundation. but I'm focused on evolving it, adding new sonic textures while keeping the essence intact. So, Futurewave, I got two questions on that, and now's not the time for humility. Your fans understand what your sound is, I think, but from your point of view, what are the things that really define your style and separate you from other producers? Do you feel like you've uncovered certain production techniques that are unique to you, or just the overall package that you bring to the table? How would you describe it?
I mean, when so look, man, I've been doing this shit for years. You know what I mean? I mean, before anybody's ever heard 360, he's probably one of the only guys that could maybe speak up for it. My boy Graham, Decal, like there's a few guys around me that know what I've been making and where my sound was back fucking years ago. You know what I'm saying? And basically like whatever's been done today, what's become popular in this underground lane is I've been done that already. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm,
not to say that I influenced this guy, that guy, that guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I've already been there. You know what I'm saying? Although I might have influenced a lot of new guys,
mm,
but the guys who like a Derringer, a fucking Alchemist, the brother, a Rock Marcy, brother, they influenced me. You know what I'm saying? Like evidence, they influenced me. You know what I'm saying? But um when I first started with this shit, there wasn't a lot of guys doing this, bro. There wasn't a lot of producers. There was a few, but there wasn't many. And you so the type of shit that we were crafting, me and Danielson with the pro pressure cooker shit, the dusty breaks, the just the way it was structured, the way it was done, the way it was sequenced, all that shit. I feel what I brought to it was the sequencing, the
okay,
intro, the outros, the fucking um not to say that no one else has ever done that. I'm not saying that I fucking originated this shit,
right.
but I definitely put my fucking foot on it, you know what I'm saying? And it became a thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It became a thing. And it's from that quote, what I was saying, it was when I was crafting the Raz album, I went in a whole because that was from the Raz article, right? I
I think
went in
so.
a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
different I went in a whole different direction with that shit. You know what I mean? With the way I approached the beats, and I wanted to make it a little more fun, you know what I'm saying? And bring something to that would fit Raz's voice. You know what I mean? I mean shit, that album we went through like 90 beats.
it definitely
You know what I
sounds
mean?
different than the rest of your projects for sure.
Yeah, we went through
Yeah,
like 90 beats, but after like when we had the 14 or 15 songs done, like when I was listening to it, I'm like, bro, this is so different from everything else that I've been doing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's like how how do I look at this like as far as like everything else in my catalog, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, you know what? I'm kind of like because when I was cooking it for Raz, I was trying to push myself to go into a whole different sound, a whole different direction. Although it kind of Raz is like, bro, it still sounds like you though. You know what I'm saying? It's still you,
right,
but I'm like, nah,
right.
bro. Like, but you got to think it's more so of the mindset, the psychology behind the shit of like what's gonna motivate you and push you to go beyond just doing the same shit you always do.
For,
You know what I'm saying? And it is more of a psychological battle, you know what I'm saying, with me, you know what I'm saying, in my production. But with Dirtwave 3, like cause I started to tackle Dirtwave 3 right after um the Raz album. Bro, I was like, bro, I'm going straight back to the gutter, bro.
right,
So I was like, I gotta cook that filthy shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah,
right.
yeah, man.
And
I
yo,
think
and
behind.
bro,
Oh,
and,
go ahead.
and talk about how hard it is to flip from like one project to the next, and being in a certain bag for Raz and then having to uh to totally like switch to a different soundscape. You know what I'm saying? Like that
I
can't be
mean,
easy neither.
I mean, cooking with Raz was that was me pushing myself out of my comfort zone. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Although it does sound like some future wave shit. You know what I'm saying? I was pushing myself to do something slightly different for bro. You know what I'm saying? Because his ear, he doesn't like the generic shit. Raz don't want the generic shit. Raz wants something that, you know what I mean? Shit that speaks to him, you know? So that's why I said like we went through like 90 beats.
Right.
I mean, the way it's not like he was skipping joints. It's like, nah, this ain't it, this ain't it. It was like just the way it happened is like every week I'd pull up and I would have like 10, 15 new joints, right? And we would just talk. We would just shoot the shit, chill, you know what I mean? Eat some food. Beats would be playing in the background. And then all of a sudden, bro would just be quiet, you know what I'm saying? And he would close his eyes and you just see him just like he's just writing in his head, bro. No pen and paper, he just starts writing in his head, and that's the beat. And just so happen every week I go back, I'd bring a new batch. I bring a new batch. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got. So
What?
I mean, it is to cook the style that Dirtwave, like the style and dirt, like the way Dirtwave is my that's like me. You know what I'm saying? That's like where I could do that all day. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Those type of beats I could do all day.
Well, I didn't ask you this last time, but what's your setup looking like? Like hardware, software. I'm not a producer
I
myself. I've
mean,
tried. I sucked, but wanted to ask
I
for the
got some, I
producers.
could show you some shit. I mean, I got this bad boy over here. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. How do I flip this? I got this over here. This is my Octatrack. I got a nice little setup over here, you know what I'm saying? Where I got this is for drums. This is like the analog heat, you know what I mean? And then I got I got this bad boy over here. Then I got my SP is dark in here, my bad. But I got this the SP 404 over here. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I got the fucking MPC over here. Hold on, it's mad dark, bro. Yeah, but I got the MPC, you know what I'm saying? So I got mad shit to cook with, bro. You
Nice.
know? I
And,
got a lot of stuff to cook with, man. But I got all the bells and whistles, man. But it's just fucking I can't front like lately. I've been cooking on lot in Logic, bro. I've been making beats in Logic still. It's like I figured out the workflow in there and I just get my ideas out so fast, bro.
do,
Like
do you
I
feel
don't gotta
it's
go through no
do you feel it's
no
necessary to
limitations.
test out new gear and software to tap into new sounds?
Oh hell yeah,
Is
bro.
that fair?
Usually like every year I kind of cop like a new piece. You know what I'm saying? The one I was running with the Octatrack for the longest, I think for like 3 or 4 years, but you didn't you kind of get a little bored of the workflow and you want to try something a little different. So I went from there. They got the MPC Live. I made a few albums with the live. I made 1, 2 albums with the 404, but I don't enjoy the 404 workflow. I can't lie. To like actually make beats on, it's like, yo, it's too much like press this, press that, like multiple buttons. You gotta press 3 buttons to go here. This. So man, fuck that, bro. I don't like it's not fun to me. Eventually, like if you figure out the workflow, that's all you got. Because the sound on it is crazy. I'm
Love
saying I
SP.
love the sound on the 404, you know? What you saying?
I oh god.
I love beats off the SP, bro. They
Yeah, but
don't
to
nothing
make
else
it in
sounds like
there,
that.
unless like I know what the old 404 is like you set like a loop and you just play it live. Like you just play the shit live and that's like a cool workflow, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, I just kind of got caught up in the whole DAW workflow with Logic and it's hard for me to go back to these pieces, bro. Like
Got it.
the Raz album I cooked on the Digitact. Some of this Dirtwave shit I cooked on there. Dirtwave 1, I cooked some of the beats on the Digitact. Bushman Bodega, I made the whole album on that basically. So yeah, bro, I fluctuate from different machines, bro. I don't usually stick with one thing, man. But right now, it's all about Logic for me. That's what's inspiring me to cook.
Got it. I just want to shout out everyone in the live, man. I would stop and sort of shout you guys out, but I want to get through this interview. So we got Lost GXD, Spinny B, typing nonsense, Jay Roberts, Big Bean, thank you, plenty others, man. So wanted to ask you another question, Future Wave. Honestly, you're one of the small percentage of artists, I'd say, if you look at all people that try and throw their hat in the ring with music, that are making a living off of music. But do you ever feel trapped in continuing down your path of your current sound because you make a living off of it? Like, do you feel you have to live up to others' expectations, or do you feel limitations on your creativity? In other words, because
No.
people are used to something from you.
No, not really, man. I kind of just do what I want, man. I mean, as long as I got artists like a Pro Dillinger that fucks with my shit, Daniel Son, the guys, as long as I got guys that still work with me, bro, I'll always do it, man. I'm
Got
gonna
it.
do it till I die, brother. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop making
That,
music, to be honest. I've been doing
that,
it my whole life. This is all I know, bro. I love this shit. And I love the stuff I make, bro. I make music I make music for me.
it's amazing.
I'm just trying to recreate the shit that I love personally. You know what I mean? So
So, oh, go ahead.
no, I'm good.
Dope, dope. So I wanted to switch gears with Pro. Speaking of creativity, I heard a track with like you, Danielson, a couple others over a rock beat, like rock music,
Oh
man.
yeah,
I don't. I tried to look for that again. I think I heard it in Cam's car. I thought that shit was ill and sounded perfect for you specifically.
right.
What's the name of that track? And do you ever plan on doing a full project with rock vibes or like heavy metal
Um,
or some shit like that?
the name of the group is called Gridiron. They're a hardcore band based out of New York, and there's a lot of them different guys. Like a lot of the hardcore bands, they fuck with our music, and a lot of them dudes be at our shows, and a lot of us are familiar with that scene too. So it was like perfect for me. You know what I mean? The lead singer of that band, shout to my boy Matt Carl. He's a big supporter of what I do, what the Umbrella does. He reached out to me, and he reached out to a couple of the guys on the team. So it's me, Jay Royale, and Danielson on that song.
Okay.
Um, and the shit came out fire. So shout to them guys. Um, and we actually got the chance to perform that song in New York. So that was really cool for me too, to just be at a hardcore show. That shit was mad fun.
How was the reaction live to that, man?
It was great because, like I said, a lot of the dudes in there I already knew from other shows.
Right.
I just didn't know they was hardcore dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we had a great time. We talking more with other bands. Shout to my man Jay Petta. And we just we trying to move forward with working with more and more hardcore groups, and bands, and collabing a little bit more, and just showing that the two scenes are very intertwined. We all the same. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's the
I
same energy.
I feel like you got the punk rock energy in particular. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
got as excited hearing you on that production as anything else, man. I'd love to
Yo,
hear an
bro.
all out album. Like,
I would love to do an album like that, kind of like that shit would be fire, man. I would love to do like a mashup album with a rock group. I think that shit would do numbers for real.
yeah, yeah, man, yeah. So I'm gonna do one more quote, man. We're reaching the end here, man. So thank you guys. But one more quote. This is from a Future Wave interview again with Throw Up. I believe it was with Raz Fresco. This shit was deep, man. So this is what you said. Even though it might not seem like it from the outside, consistency has definitely been one of my biggest challenges, along with battling negative thoughts that come with the territory. One of the hardest things as an artist is maintaining focus when people around you don't fully believe in your vision. Not having that support system, whether it's friends or family, can weigh heavy. And honestly, I think it's one of the main reasons a lot of talented people give up. What's helped me push through is learning to be a little selfish, not in a bad way, but in a focused way. You've got to protect your energy and your time so you can keep creating at a high level without letting outside noise distract you. That discipline is probably the hardest part of the journey. So I found that shit mad relatable. Honestly, if I look back,
Facts.
that might be the reason why I stopped doing music at some point. Um, how, yeah, man. So how do you how do you push past that? I mean, where you're at now, do you feel like you're at the point of no return? Like, do you ever feel like, yo, maybe I got to shift focus? Like, or are you at the point of no return? Future Wave, would you say?
No, no, no. I mean, I always feel like I gotta shift the focus a little bit, but it's Man, I'm blessed, bro. You know what I'm saying? To be in this position to make a living off of this and to feed my family doing the music. It's, I don't take it for granted, bro. And that's why I say that, because I know that feeling. It happens to almost everybody, bro. Like, to be an artist is one of the difficult trades, bro, because you're judged every day and people look at you.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, if you're not one of the guys that's making noise and you're on the radio, they look at you like you're a joke, bro. Most people don't
Yeah.
respect the art like that. They don't
Yeah.
respect the grind. They're like, yo, you might as well go get a job. Like, why are you
Yeah,
doing this shit? They
Yeah.
don't
right,
understand the drive and the passion that makes
The
us do
passion.
this shit.
Yeah.
They don't get it, bro. That's why
Yeah.
all artists are like, they're all artists have the same feeling, you know what I'm saying? And most people, regular people, don't get it. They just don't get it. And you know what, brother, if my kid was like that, I'd tell him, bro, get a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't do this shit. Go get a job, because
Because you
it's
mean well for them too, though. You know. So it's like,
exactly,
yeah. Yeah.
brother, like, this road could lead to a lot of fucked up shit too. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, you got to be very selfish in a way, um, to really take it to that next level, bro. Because if you're not, and you're constantly listening to other people, you're gonna be like, yo, fuck this shit, man. This ain't
Yeah.
working. They're right. You know what? You're right, bro. This shit's whack, bro. You're right. You know what I mean? But you got to kind of like tune that out and be like, nah, like, I got. I'm on my path. I know what I need to do, and this is what I want to present to the world, type shit.
Yeah.
And and it's like I said, it's just so dope that there's other like-minded people that we could actually build something together. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would build with a guy like Pro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And others too. You know what I'm saying? Not just Pro, but anybody that shares the same passion and the motivation to do something great, and also the fans too. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God for the fans too, to actually to be there for us and to help support this game. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But without the
Yo,
fans, bro, it's going to be very difficult, man. Because if we have to depend on radio, and streaming's good, streaming's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? There's a bag in streaming too, but the main thing is the support from the fans, bro. Straight up. And man, just God bless this game, bro. God bless everything that's happening. You know what I mean? Shout out West Side Guns, shout out fucking Rock Marcy,
right.
Alchemist, these guys that you know kept the foot on the gas and kept pushing this sound to make it bigger and bigger. Really, West Side Gun kind of took this whole shit and made it popular again. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man.
And
It's a
just to
blessing,
just
bro.
to just to build on that more, bro. And me and Futurewave was talking about this earlier. Like, um, you know, when you an artist, you almost feel like, like you're different than everybody else, but it it's hard to explain, bro. And to create the art, you have to go to a certain place mentally, in spirit. You got to go to a certain place, and it might not necessarily be a good place. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah.
for Future Wave, and for myself, to create, bro, you have to rip some band-aids off, bro, or open up some old wounds, and peel some scabs, to kind of like to get to that place. But once you're there, you create whatever you were looking to create, and it's done. It kind of, you're still bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so for me, like, personally, when I write, I do a song or I do a few songs, I had to take a few days off, bro, because that shit takes a lot to go back to that place.
Right. Yeah.
And regular people that and I mean that respectfully. I mean, like, people that aren't artists. You don't rap, you don't paint, you don't make beats, like, people that aren't artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, you you don't know what that torture is like, to have to constantly relive those same scenarios that you try to push down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
And from your end, how do you deal with thoughts of like walking away? I'm gonna guess, it crosses your mind too sometimes. You correct me if I'm wrong. maybe not.
Not not lately.
No,
Not lately, honestly, no. I mean, before I found myself in an underground space, there was a time where I was like, yeah, all right. Like everyone's foul was supposed to be like my last hurrah. Like, all right, I'm good after this. I'm gonna get a
yeah,
job. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Or I'm gonna just keep hustling or whatever the fuck, you know. And like Futurewave said, it's the people that listen to this shit, they let you know like you're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like before, like I came into the underground, it just felt like I was just getting overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
nobody heard me, but it was just like it wasn't the right people listening. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So the first response, like if I didn't get a good response from everyone's file, I might have tried to do something else, or I might not have. You know, but it's motivating. It's the people that support what you do motivates you to do it more. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
I'd like to think that, you know, I've gotten messages from fans, you know, people that I don't even like calling them fans. I got messages from like supporters and people that fuck with the music that they be like, yo, this song changed my life. This song helps me get through a rough day. This
Yeah,
song,
bro.
I work out to this shit every day, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit that keep me going, let me know I'm on the right path and doing the right thing, you know?
yeah, man.
X.
So this is a perfect note to end it on. But before we depart, guys, I don't want to speak too soon. Do you guys see the Dirtwave series continue? I mean, most people haven't heard it yet, part 3. But do you guys see this continuing, or too early to
Nah,
say?
we're done after this trilogy. It's just gonna be a trilogy, Dirtwave. That
Got
doesn't
it.
necessarily. But me and Futurewave are gonna continue working. We're just gonna move on to a
Got
different
it.
piece now. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
A different concept, like a
Different
different, you know what I
concept.
mean? Different aesthetic, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, man. So yeah, man. I think for the dirt wave, it's done for now, but yeah, we're definitely gonna keep cooking, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Dope,
And
dope.
present something totally different, you know what I mean? Maybe on some fucking soul loops or some shit, you know what I mean?
Got it.
Who knows, bro? Who knows where the creativity will take it? But it's Don Pro's definitely one guy I'm gonna continue to build with, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's the man, bro. Amazing. The
And
future of this game too.
I'm just gonna put in the ether one more time. Pro Danielson over Futurewave production. I'd love to see it. Just putting it in
It'll
the
happen.
ether.
It'll happen.
But
Yeah, man.
but
For
but but
sure.
but look, guys, it's an honor to have you on the show again. And thank you for trusting, having these conversations with me and shit. It's a real honor, and have a great night, man. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure to be here, brother.
Yo,
Thank you, man.
yo, salute to
Peace,
you,
bro.
brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for having us on, man. The Dirtwave 3 on DSPs this, August
Friday.
29th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Friday.
And
Some CDs and cassettes available in limited supplies on
Yo,
wavegodmusic.com.
still available.
cop
Yeah.
that. Peace. Thank
All
you,
right,
All right,
guys.
brothers.
peace.
Peace.
Good
Peace,
night.
family.
Peace.
Peace.